we can all look at other people's self-centered mind and see how bad it is. Isn't it, you know? And because these people, they're so selfish, they just think about themselves. They don't think about anybody else, like me. They're hypersensitive. They take offense so easily. They have unrealistic expectations. Yeah. They make mountains out of molehills. They accuse other people unjustly and blame them unjustly. Yeah. These people are really too much, you know. But what makes them too much is this self-centered mind. Okay. So maybe, let me just put forth a hypothesis. Maybe, you know, I don't want to insult you or anything, but maybe you have a little bit of self-centeredness. Yeah, maybe. What do you think? Yeah. I know it's not nearly as bad as those selfish people. Yeah. But maybe just a little tinge. Like thinking, I want what I want when I want it. You know, a little bit of self-centeredness. Or the world owes it to me. Okay. But if we look closely, you know, I want what I want when I want it. That's our daily slogan. You know, that's how we live our lives, isn't it? Yeah. I want what I want, not something else. I want this. And when do I want it? When I want it, which is usually now. Yeah. No delayed gratification for me. It's got to be instant gratification from exactly what I want at that time. And so everybody's supposed to know what I want. Everybody's supposed to know what I need and give it to me. Why? Because I'm me. Yeah. And I happen to be the center of the universe. If you people haven't figured that out by now. Yeah. So, you know, then the only thing is the world should provide for me what I want when I want it. Not sooner, not later, not something else. Okay? And if we don't get what we want, what do? We throw a temper tantrum. Okay? You know, my parents had just gotten one of those old 8mm cameras when I was a little kid. They had just gotten it, so they wanted to take some family, you know, pictures. They didn't have iPhones in those days with the dinosaurs, you know, so they couldn't take out their iPhone and video. Yeah. So they decided they were going to take a movie of me skating. Okay. I think I was 4 years old, maybe 5 years old. And in those days, you know, they had these really awful skates, not like the nice skates they have now that work, but the skates they had then, they didn't work very well, and you had to put them on the bottom of your shoe and then crank them to hook on your shoe. Do you remember those skates? Yeah? Okay. So I was 4 or 5 years old. And I couldn't get the skates to stay on my shoe. And I was so frustrated. I sat down and I took the skate and I went, ah! And that's what they took their very first, their daughter having a temper tantrum. Okay, so that is, you know, now cast in concrete in the family history, you know, and the 8mm films updated to VHS and now updated to digital things, and I don't know what comes after that. Yeah, but there's this little kid crying and throwing her skate. Because I want what I want when I want it, and I wasn't getting it. Yeah. It's amazing my parents survived me. Oh, really, when I think of the kind of, I was so selfish as a child, you know. But, you know, what they had to go through with me, I think I was really too much. Of course, my mother remembers all of those things, yeah, and she tells them at family dinners, and especially at dinners when I invite my friends over. And, you know, the list of, you know, oh, you'll never guess what she did when she was a child. The list of those things come out. Okay. Of course, half of them I can't remember, but she remembers them. Or remembered them. She's not alive now. Yeah, never forgot them. Okay, so, but if we look, you know, this self-centered mind, it makes us unhappy, and it makes us do things that make other people unhappy. Yeah. And especially, I think, with the self-centeredness, it makes us extremely super sensitive to everything in the world. So, because everything that happens, we now interpret in terms of me, I, my, and mine, because we're the center of the universe. Okay? So, you know, somebody doesn't say good morning to me, it's because they don't like me. Yeah. Somebody has a bad tone of voice, it's because they're annoyed at me. Yeah. Somebody, you know, didn't hold the door open for me when I was coming behind them. Yeah. That's because they think I'm an idiot and they want to disrespect me. Yeah. Everything gets interpreted in terms of me. And since we're so ego-sensitive, most of our interpretations are bad. You know, they're doing this because they're trying to harm me. Or once in a while, the interpretations are good. You know, why did they, you know, do this? Yeah, because why did the main speaker look at me in the audience? Because they know that I'm special. Yeah? Why did somebody tell me to sit at this particular place at the meal? Because I am so famous. So we sometimes impute everything in terms of me in the sense that I'm so great, but I would say more often or not, we interpret things as an attack on ourselves because somehow we are deficient. Yeah, we just don't have what it takes. And so that's why other people are mean. Yeah. And any of you, how many of you usually interpret things to mean that, you know, that you're really good? You notice the good things and you think it's because I'm so good? Yeah? And how many people think, you know, and tend to interpret things, it's because I'm bad? Yeah? Okay, so it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. So if we interpret things, you know, because we're so bad, you know, like I mess everything up, and, you know, if people really knew what I was like inside, nobody would talk to me, and that's probably why they don't talk to me, because it's totally obvious to them what an idiot I am. And on and on and on, you know? That's really pretty self-centered, isn't it? Yeah? I mean, we become the worst one in the world. Yeah. the most guilty one in the world. Right? How many of you suffer from guilt? Yeah? Yeah, I'm the most guilty one. I should have done X, Y, and Z. I should not have done A, B, and C. Nobody is as terrible as I am. I can't practice the Dharma. Everybody else has Buddha nature, but I During the meditation session, I sneaked and opened my eyes. Everybody else is in samadhi. And my mind is like a mad elephant and a crazy monkey dancing together. But they're all in samadhi. It's only me who can't concentrate. I'm the worst meditator here. The flip side of it is, but the teacher ate at my house, and the teacher rode in my car, and the teacher signed my book. Yeah. Did the Lama sign your book? Did the Lama ride in your car? Oh, he didn't. That's really too bad. Next time, he rode in my car. And look, there's a picture of me next to the Dalai Lama, and he signed it. Yeah, but I'm just a very humble person. Okay, so this self-centered mind, it really makes so many problems. I mean, it keeps us, it has a very unrealistic view of who we are, and that view keeps us trapped in cyclic existence. Yeah? Thinking we're the best one, thinking we're the worst one. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's one of the things we want to destroy. The other one is the self-grasping ignorance. So the self-centered thought is the chief obstacle to generating bodhicitta, the aspiration for full awakening. The self-grasping ignorance is the chief obstacle to realizing emptiness, and that realization of emptiness is what we need to attain liberation and also full awakening. Okay? So the self-grasping ignorance apprehends things as existing in the opposite way from how they actually exist. Okay? So things exist dependent. Things depend on other things. They depend on their causes and conditions. They depend on their parts. They depend on the mind conceiving and designating them. But the self-grasping ignorance doesn't perceive things as being dependent phenomena. It perceives them as having their own inherent essence. Some kind of independent existence that makes them what they are. And because we grasp at this independent existence, then again we misapprehend how things exist. And that starts with misapprehending how the self, the I, exists. Not this I, but I, the person, okay? And whereas we all arise due to causes and conditions, do you think of yourself as something that exists just because the causes for you exist? Do you think of yourself that way? I exist just because the causes for me exist?
I don't understand.
Okay. Yeah? Why do I exist?
Yeah.
Because there were causes that produced me. And the only reason I exist is because there were causes that produced me. Do you feel that you're dependent on causes that made you come into being? Yeah? Most of us don't. Few people might. Most of us, no, I'm here. I'm me, I'm here. Don't you feel that way? Yeah? I'm me. What are you talking about? I only exist because the causes for me exist. Baloney, I'm here. Yeah, and so this is actually a wrong view. It's a wrong apprehension. Because we're thinking that we're some kind of concrete, permanent, independent entity. When, in fact, we only exist due to causes and conditions. We only exist due to a mind that puts the collection of puts the body and mind together as a collection and gives it a name, me. Yeah. But we don't see ourselves as dependent. We see ourselves as independent. So there's this feeling of a real me. Do you feel real? Yeah. Yeah. I'm me. When you think of somebody that you're very attached to, when you look at them, isn't there a real person there? There's not just a body and mind. When you think of somebody that you're very attached to, do you think of a body and mind?
Yeah.
No. You think there's a real person there. When you think of somebody that you can't stand, they seem pretty real and solid too, don't they? You don't think, oh, there's just a body and mind. No, there's this real jerk. Yeah. Independently existing, inherently existing, absolutely abominable person that I can't stand. Okay. They feel pretty concrete, and we feel pretty concrete. But in actual fact, none of us are that concrete. We all exist due to causes and conditions, due to parts, due to a mind that puts our body and mind together and creates a person out of it. Yeah. We feel like there's a real me, but can you find something that's really you? Yeah. What is really you? When you say, I can't stand that person, who is it that can't stand them? Who's the you? Who's the I in I can't stand that person? Yeah. What is that I? Who is it? Can you identify what it is?
Your feelings, emotions.
Yeah, but are you your emotion?
Sometimes.
If you're your emotion, okay.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But if you're really something, you can't just be that thing sometimes. It has to be all the time to really be it. Yeah. Are we our emotions? If we were our emotions, then when we say, I'm walking down the street, it's the same thing as saying, emotions are walking down the street. Are emotions walking down the street? I don't think so. Okay. Are you your body? Yeah. When someone says, you look so ugly, yeah, and you go, they told me I'm ugly. They don't like my hairdo. They don't like my clothes. Oh. Yeah? Who's Who's that you? Who's that you that's ugly? Yeah. Is it your body? Are you your body? But when somebody says you're ugly, aren't they saying that because of your body? So are you your body?
Not only.
Hmm?
Nope, not only.
No, we're not our body. But we certainly act sometimes as if we were. Would it make a difference to you if somebody said your body is ugly versus you're ugly? Would it make a difference? Some people say yes, some people say no. Yeah, you'd still probably be upset either way, huh? Because I'm beautiful. And even if you don't think so, you're supposed to say it. Right? Yeah. Especially if we're married. When you married me, you signed up to tell me I'm beautiful. That was part of the agreement. Yeah. Don't tell me you didn't know that. Okay, yeah?
But even though that one can think that the I is not real, then this experience, I only have my body-mind combination in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how consciousness sees life in some terms.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really hard not to take it personal, you know, because I am the one experiencing me,
Yeah.
the idea of me.
Right. But that's the thing. What is this me that the idea of me refers to? What does the word me refer to? Can we, yeah, you say this, but you know, you can't say this. You have to find something specifically that the word me refers to. Yeah?
I thought of this brilliant scientist called Stephen Hawking,
Yeah.
who is completely handicapped,
Mhm.
and his body is of no value actually. It keeps him alive or something, but he's not able to do anything except through computers and machines and
Yeah.
things. But what people normally connect him to is his brain.
Is what?
His brain.
Yeah.
His intelligence.
Right. Oh, are the brain and intelligence the same thing?
Maybe.
If somebody's, you know, sometimes we think this, you know, like the brain is the person, or the brain is intelligence. Okay, let's pretend this is a brain. You know, it's gray, it has all these folds in it. Somebody's brain is sitting there. Are you looking at intelligence? Are you looking at the person? Is the brain the person? When you say, I love you, dear, are you saying, oh, brain, you are so lovable and precious. Yeah. Yeah, are we our brain?
Yeah, it's something. Yeah. If a brain, as was a surgeon, is removing something from the brain, he can actually remove a lot of your personality and skills and things.
So your personality is inside your brain?
There's some structure there, like if you have a computer, for example, and you have the hard disk, and you erase the hard disk, you also erase like the intelligence of the machine. But I don't think the intelligence is the brain, but there's a kind of structure which is located in the brain.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird when you have to look at it. What exactly is intelligence? What exactly is the person? There's a difference between something, the person depending on the body, and the person being the body, or the person depending on the brain and the person being the brain. Yeah. When somebody looks at you and says, "I love you," do you take it as meaning that they love your brain? Yeah. In fact, we'd probably be rather insulted if somebody said, "I love your brain." You know? It's quite interesting. Anyway, my point is, yeah, the self-grasping ignorance creates this big notion of me in a very false way. And then, because we misapprehend ourselves and think of ourselves as some concrete, inherently existent thing, then everything that relates to me becomes important. Yeah, so the things that I become attached to, the things that bring me happiness, I develop anger at the things that interfere with my happiness. Okay, I get jealous of other people who have more happiness. I get arrogant over people who have less happiness. I compete with people who have equal happiness. You know, all these kinds of difficulties arise because of how we conceive of ourselves erroneously. Okay? So, in the third force of the 5 forces, the force of destruction, we want to overcome the self-grasping ignorance by realizing the emptiness of inherent existence, and we want to overcome the self-centered mind by realizing love, compassion, and bodhicitta. Okay? So that's a big order. But you know what? That's really the meaning of our life, and helping to guide our mind towards those realizations and towards destroying those 2 big impediments. Yeah, as we do that, it gives real meaning and purpose to our lives. And as we become closer to it, we are actually happier. Yeah. It's quite interesting. The less self-centered we are, the less we interpret everything in terms of me, I, my, and mine, the more relaxed and happy we are. Yeah. The less we see ourselves as some independent entity, yeah, the more we're able to just flow with how things go without trying to control the world. Are any of you what we call control freaks? You want to control everything and everyone?
I'm the worst.
Well, aren't you arrogant? Because I'm the worst. You don't compare with me. I'm the worst control freak. Being a control freak creates a lot of problems in our life, doesn't it? Yeah? You want to control your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your boss. Yeah? The government, the queen, the king. Oh, except he's not a king. But you want to control him anyway. Okay? Yeah, we want to control everybody. Yeah, our neighbor who makes too much noise, the dog that poops on the sidewalk. Yeah, our children especially. Oh my goodness, big object we want to control. Yeah, so we want to control everything, and we especially want to control our own body and mind. Keep our body from aging, keep our mind from getting Alzheimer's. We feel like there's an I somewhere inside here who should be able to control everyone and everything. Yeah? Don't we feel that way? How much can you control? Yeah. Basically nothing. But we can develop the ability to control our own minds. Now, at the moment, our mind is like a mad elephant. Yeah? Or like a monkey. They use the two similes in the tree. Like a monkey, it swings from object to object, you know, as we multitask. Yeah, I think multitasking is crazy. Well, that's because I can't do it. But I really do. I think, you know, it's too much sense stimulation and we get worn out. Mm-hmm. But, you know, we feel like we should be able to control our body, control our mind, control everybody around us. You know, I would really like to control Donald Trump. You know? Yeah, I would like to make Donald Trump sit in Dharma classes and listen to the Dharma, you know, and put Ted Cruz behind him. Yeah. And it wouldn't hurt if Hillary were in there too. Yeah. And Bernie, you know, let's get them all in there. You know, don't you think our politicians need to learn the Dharma? Oh, mamma mia, they do. Yeah. So, but you know, can we control them? Yeah. Mr. Trump gonna do what I say? Yeah, he should. Because I have good advice. I have wisdom. He should listen to me. That just shows what an idiot he is, because he doesn't. Right? Okay, so the two things we want to destroy: self-grasping ignorance, self-centered mind.